Okay, what you have next is the geometry and measuring for first grade. And so what you want to do is, of course, read it, have the student read it, you read it. Below, draw a line that is blank inches. So we just want to put a number here. And of course, you want to have your ruler handy. That also comes in the box. So you want to have your ruler handy. So draw a line that is blank inches, okay? Make sure your child sees that this is inches here. And you may even want to have them open their fingers big enough using their thumb and their pointing finger to show how big an inch is. So about that wide. And you want to have your student try to make an inch with their fingers, okay? That is important so that they can see how big an inch is, okay? Now, we want to draw, let's just say 4 inches. So I'll put a 4 there, and then we'll have the student lay the ruler flat onto the laminated sheet, and you want to have them use the ruler and draw 4 inches, starting here and go out to 4, stopping there, okay? All right, so that is 4 inches. Because it's a line, you can even have them put the arrows on the end there. Put a dot here and a dot here. That shows that it is a line and it's 4 inches, okay? Next, we want to draw a line that is blank centimeters. So we'll turn the ruler upside down, show the student that this side here is measured in centimeters, which is smaller than an inch, about that wide, okay? Opening their fingers, have them open their fingers and show you what a centimeter is, okay? So I want to draw 7 centimeters. So let's see what 7 looks like. We'll draw that, put the ruler flat, and we're going to draw 7, stopping at 7 right there, okay? Draw your arrows to show that it is a line. It's a continuation in both directions, okay? That is 7 centimeters. Now, in the space below, these are typical shapes for a first grader. There's also a pack of cards inside of your binder that has shapes. And a student should know what a circle is. So draw a circle. It's like that. Okay, when you're drawing a face or what have you, the sun, it's a circle. In the next space, in this space, you want to read with your child. In this space, draw a square. Now, it's important that you have your student use your ruler or use the ruler to draw a square, which means that all 4 sides are equal. And the adjacent sides, which are the opposite sides, not adjacent, but opposite sides are equal. Well, all sides are equal, okay? But they're parallel. That's what I meant to say. They're parallel. Your opposite sides are parallel. So let's draw one that is 3 centimeters on all sides. So we take our ruler, make sure you have your centimeter side. It's 3 that way. It is important to use your ruler for this. And of course, you would demonstrate first and then have your first grader to try to use the ruler to do this, okay? And then you want to go up, draw 3 here, and then here, 3 here, okay? Like such. Clean it up a little bit, teaching neatness. So there you have a square that is 3 centimeters, and have them write it on the side. Show them that that is 3. Okay, you may want to get a thinner dry erase markers, but the ones that come in the box are about this width here. Okay, but showing that each side is 3 centimeters or that they're all equal is important, because that's a square whereby all sides are equal. Opposite sides are parallel, so you want to try to get them to draw it neatly, okay? In the next space, we're going to draw a rectangle. Now, we know that the opposite sides are parallel. And no, the opposite sides, one set of sides is smaller or bigger than the other set of sides. So let's do that. Let's draw one that is 5 centimeters width. You're teaching your child about width and length. So 5 centimeters on this side, okay? Well, actually, let's draw it vertically first. So we'll say it's 2 centimeters long for this one. 2 centimeters long. And again, that was 5 centimeters wide. Try to keep those opposite sides parallel. Okay? So again, 2 inches long and 5 centimeters wide. So 2 centimeters long and 5 centimeters wide. Okay? 5 centimeters. Have them write it. 2 centimeters. cm is centimeters. Okay? These are things that you have to practice with your child at home in addition to what they're doing at school. Okay? In this space, draw a triangle. Well, we know that tri is 3. So we're going to draw 3 sides, and they don't have to be equal. So a child can just simply draw a triangle. Okay? Not necessarily measuring the sides. That's unimportant here. Okay? The triangle could have even looked like such. It could be a right triangle. That one looks like it could be an equilateral, what have you. Okay, but any of those, either of these would work. It's just a triangle. It's 3 sides. Okay. In this space, draw a cone. So we know we like ice cream. A triangle there where the base is at the top, or it could even be at the bottom, just as long as it's a circle, if you will, on the top, with more or less a triangle at the base. Okay? In this space, we're going to draw a trapezoid. Now, a trapezoid has one pair of opposite sides that are parallel. Okay? And then the other 2 sides are not parallel. So let's see, we're just going to simply draw something like this. And then we can have it going like that. And then we can have another side like such. So this is a trapezoid, if you will. Okay. One pair of sides is parallel. It's 4 sides. And the opposite sides are, if you will, they go in opposite directions, or they're slanted. All right. So these are the things that you want your child to do when it comes to geometry. Just naming, making sure they understand that the 4 sides for a square are equal. A rectangle only, well, the opposite sides are equal. But not all sides are equal, then we'll be back to a square. A triangle has 3 sides, okay? A cone is more or less a triangle with a circle on top, okay? It could have even been drawn upside down. You might have a child that thinks outside the box, okay? And the trapezoid has 2 one pair of straight parallel lines. So that would be this side and that side, okay? And the other two sides perhaps go in the opposite direction. All right? All right, so much for that. Again, there are flashcards in the box, and you would want to practice showing those to your child on a regular. All right? Knowing what a circle is, 360 degrees. I don't think they need to know that much, but it's a circle, a full circle. Okay? A square, rectangle, triangle, cone, trapezoid. Trapezoid. All right.